Star Wars has finally released a trailer for the 7th and last season of The Clone Wars, premiering on Disney Plus on February 21st. That's 4 days after people have been assuming, because another Disney Plus video said the 17th, but other Disney Plus shows have been coming out on Fridays, so this does make sense. But anyway, let's get into what we saw. Maul starts with a voiceover talking about how the galaxy will soon be remade and that the Jedi and Republic will both die. I wonder if he knows about Sidious's ultimate plans for the Clone Wars. It's always been kind of up in the air who did and didn't know, but I could see Maul having been in on it from the start, and now he's just trying to amass enough power to survive the coming Empire. As he speaks, we are shown a burning Mandalore and a handful of shots from the Bad Batch arc. The next shot is fast, but it looks like Obadiah, the homeworld of the Pikes. From the Celebration trailer that was never officially released online, it looks like Ahsoka will travel there during the Ahsoka's Walkabout arc. For what purpose, I have no idea. Maybe we'll get to learn more about Sifo Dyas and the Pike's hand and his death. Maybe she'll get to learn a little more about Sidious, but have difficulty telling the Jedi since she left the Order. In the next shot, we see a group of Jedi standing around a holotable, and Depa Billaba looks like she's one of them, and if that's Depa, the Padawan standing next to her would be Caleb Doom or Kanan Jarrus. I've been doubtful that they would tie this final season into Star Wars Rebels or Fallen Order or anything like that, but I've been wrong before. I still don't think we're going to get any major appearances or connections, just little cameos here and there. This might even be the only one, but it's nice, subtle, and makes sense. Mace repeats his line from Revenge of the Sith that he senses a plot to destroy the Jedi. And I mean, duh, you guys found some pretty solid evidence in Season 6. This seems like good confirmation that the Siege of Mandalore will be taking place simultaneously alongside Episode 3. But that line is quickly followed by Maul using the Force on Jesse. These two shots could be unrelated, but if Maul does know about the clones and the chips, maybe he's trying to activate it or something. I'm hopeful we get some kind of mention of Fives and his investigation, maybe some talk about how Kix has gone missing, but we'll come back to Order 66 later. Back on Coruscant for part of Ahsoka's Walkabout arc, a young girl asks why anyone would walk away from being a Jedi. This role was originally meant to be filled by a young man named Nix Okami, but that's been changed into twins, Trace and Rafa Martez. They'll probably be joining Ahsoka on her adventure to Obadiah. The next line from Ahsoka is that they were trained to be keepers of the peace, not soldiers. She's talking to Rex, but that sounds like it could also be an answer to Trace or Rafa's question. During that voiceover, we get a shot of Bo-Katan and Ahsoka shaking hands. This is likely Ahsoka agreeing to travel to Mandalore to help kick Maul off the planet. Rex responds to Ahsoka's statement, saying that the clones also have mixed feelings about the war, because without it, they wouldn't exist at all. A lot of fast shots of clone actions, some from the Bad Batch arc, and I think some from the Siege of Mandalore play. Maul continues on that something is all part of the plan. The plan. Again, leading me to believe he knows what's about to happen with Order 66, and there's a shot of Anakin and his new Revenge of the Sith inspired model. I wonder if they're going to deliver any lines about why they stopped wearing the armor. But Anakin ignites his lightsaber against Admiral Trench, who was supposed to have been killed way back in Season 2, but technically the very first episode chronologically. Maul says everything is about to change as we see Ahsoka's orange-helmeted clone company, the 332nd. Inside the Sundari Dome, we see Mandalorians and flying clone troopers moving against Maul's Death Watch Mandalorians. There's a moment between Anakin and Padme that I am relieved to see. I was a little worried she wouldn't appear in the final season because we know she wasn't in the Bad Batch, and it seemed unlikely she'd be in the other two. So at least there will be something. And you can see that she is visibly pregnant, so again, this will be at least very close to the events of Episode 3, but I think it's funny that Anakin will probably be completely oblivious in this scene. The rest of the trailer is made up of pretty fast shots, some from the Bad Batch and some from Ahsoka's Walkabout, until we near the end and Maul says, "Every choice made has led to this." I think this has all been part of the same speech. He probably gets a bad guy monologue going to tell Ahsoka the truth about what's been going on in the Clone Wars, or at least hint at it, but they ignite their lightsabers to fight. There are more quick shots, but the last one I want to talk about is this one of Ahsoka and, I think, Rex in a room as the doors close. With all this talk from Maul and some talk from Henry Gilroy at DragonCon in 2018, I think we're going to see Order 66 on Mandalore. The Ahsoka book hints that Maul escapes Ahsoka's custody because the clones turned on her. She and Rex survive and then fake their deaths. And at DragonCon 2018, Henry Gilroy hinted that we don't know Rex didn't execute Order 66 either. I think all the clones might turn on Ahsoka, and she force pushes Rex into that room to daze him, and then she locks them in together. Maybe that's how he breaks the spell, so to speak. We've seen that's possible in the Kanan comic, for clones to overcome the chip's programming, so I think in this shot, Ahsoka is looking out at attacking clones as those doors shut. As rough as it might be to go through Order 66 again, especially now that we know a lot of these clones, I think it would be a good end for this series to have Ahsoka and Rex faking their deaths and walking away from the war, at least for a while. But who knows? Either way, there are lots of shots in here to be excited about, and it's not like we even needed a trailer for this. We're all gonna watch it already. Now we just have to wait one more month. Let me know what you thought of the trailer in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel where we will be covering every new episode of the Clone Wars as they come out. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page where we will be releasing audio commentaries for the episodes as they release. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.